Hi there, strikers. There's something uniquely disturbing about people vanishing into thin air. Read about these incredibly strange, unsolved cases. Although these disappearances span centuries, locations, age ranges, and circumstances, there's one common thread shared between them: a lack of closure. There are theories, speculations, and investigations, but never a decisive answer. On our incoming episode, I'm going to feature some of the cases of mysterious disappearances, of some missing that just disappear without any trace.
Missing persons cases that were solved years later. More than 600,000 people go missing every year in the United States, and sadly many of those cases are likely to remain unsolved. Fortunately, some cases do eventually get solved, giving the family some resolution. Here's a look at missing persons cases that were solved years later. 19-year-old Dennis Day was last seen in Monte Vista, Colorado on January 9, 2002. She disappeared after leaving the Dos Rios restaurant where she was employed as a waitress. On the afternoon of January 9, 2002, Day finished her shift at work and returned to her residence. Day allegedly told her boyfriend that she was going out with a friend that evening. She never returned home that night and has not been heard from again. On January 12, 2002, Day's family reported her missing to the police. Brown told investigators that he and Day had argued that night because he was not familiar with the man with whom she was planning to go out with. Friends and family said that Dennis had been planning to leave her boyfriend and was gradually moving out of their ranch, but stated that she would never abandon her to children. Day left behind all of her personal belongings at the ranch, including her vehicle, keys, wallet, cellular phone, and clothing. 26-year-old Victor Brown lived with Dennis Day in Monte Vista, Colorado, along with their young daughter and a son she had from a previous relationship. Brown was said to be very possessive and insecure. During the course of their 2-year relationship, Day moved in and out of their home and had rented her own apartment in Monte Vista. In 2009, Brown was held at the Rio Grande County Jail on charges of burglary, drugs, and motor vehicle theft. He agreed to reveal to police the location where Day's body was hidden in exchange for pleading to manslaughter and dismissal of other charges. Authorities found 2 barrels at the bottom of Lyman Lake in the Arizona mountains, some 400 miles away from the San Luis Valley. One of them contained charred small pieces of bones, oil, glass, skeletal muscles, and a femur. Forensic examination of the remains determined the body was burned before it was stuffed in the barrel and thrown in the lake. The cause of death remains undetermined, as there was very little soft tissue. On September 18, 2009, a DNA analysis from the El Paso County coroner positively identified the remains as belonging to Dennis Day. Brown claimed that he came home on the night of December 1, 2002, to discover his girlfriend Dennis Day dead from an alleged drug overdose. He reportedly panicked as he was on probation at the time of her death and decided to dispose of her body into a lake in December 31, 2009. Victor Brown was sentenced to 12 years in the Colorado Department of Corrections for the death of Dennis Day. He was also given a $1,000 fine, 2 years mandatory parole, and ordered to pay over $7,000 in restitution in the 2 burglary cases that were dropped as part of his plea bargain. 22-year-old McCall Braden Fox was last seen in Olathe, Kansas on July 16, 2009. He disappeared after abandoning his car on the side of a Wyoming highway in the evening of July 14, 2009. Fox spent the night with his girlfriend. On July 15, 2009, Fox told his roommate that he was heading to Olathe to his parents' house. He left the town driving his 1996 maroon Ford Explorer on the morning of July 16, 2009. Fox got a flat tire near Wheatland, Wyoming. He got it fixed by a repairman from an auto repair shop nearby, and was captured by surveillance cameras at the service station. This is the last known sighting of Fakesa. At noon, his abandoned vehicle was found by a Wyoming Highway Patrol state trooper along northbound Interstate 25 near mile marker 122 in the Wolf Creek area north of Wheatland, near Douglas. Foxa was nowhere to be seen and has not been heard from since. On July 19, 2009, Fox's parents filed a missing persons report with the Olathe police when they were unable to make contact with him. Police initially speculated that Foxa ran away due to the arrest warrant on the felony theft charge, as he was due in court on July 16, 2009. Inside Fox's car, police found the vehicle's key beneath a floor mat and a laptop computer hidden under clothes. The Ford Explorer had 3/4 of a tank of gas left, no mechanical problems, and a newly installed tire in May 3, 2015. Skeletal remains were discovered by 2 hikers near the Wolf Creek area of Casper, Wyoming by 2 hikers. A backpack and a 9mm Beretta were also recovered from the scene. On May 8, 2015, the remains were positively identified as Michael Braden Fuxer, nearly 6 years after he was reported missing. Authorities connected the gun's serial number to Fuxer, and his identity was confirmed through dental records. 17-year-old Kara Kopetsky was last seen in Belton, Missouri on May 4, 2007. She disappeared after she walked out of Belton High School, skipping third period. On the morning of May 4, 2007, Kara's mother dropped her off at Belton High School. Her mother later returned to the school to bring her a textbook and her work uniform, dropping them off at the front desk. Around 9:19 a.m., Kara was captured by security video walking down the hall of the school, likely to skip third period, which she did quite often. Kara never returned to school or home and has not been heard from since. Around 9:19 a.m., Kara was captured by security video walking down the hall of the school, likely to skip third period, which she did quite often. Kara never returned to school or home and has not been heard from since. Kara left behind all her personal belongings at her house, including an entire carton of cigarettes minus 1 pack, and an iPod she had just gotten for Christmas. Her debit card was found in her school locker, and there has been no activity on her bank account since her disappearance. Her cell phone and purse were missing. 18-year-old Kil Yust had recently broken up with Kara Kopetsky, and she had filed an order of protection against him 4 days before she went missing. On May 6, 2007, Yust told police that he didn't have any contact with Kara on the day of her disappearance. He said he had a missed call from Kara around AM that morning, but she didn't answer when he tried to return the call. However, phone records revealed that Kara made a phone call to him at 9:13 a.m. and he called her back at 9:20 a.m., just 1 minute after she was last seen leaving high school on surveillance video. Just denied involvement in her disappearance and subsequently refused to answer any questions about the discrepancy in the information he had given. He passed a lie detector test and had an alibi for the morning she went missing. On November 22, 2013, Yust was convicted for an unrelated drug trafficking charge and sentenced to 4 years in federal prison outside of Oklahoma City. 18-year-old Kil Yust had recently broken up with Kara Kopetsky, and she had filed an order of protection against him 4 days before she went missing. On May 6, 2007, Yust told police that he didn't have any contact with Kara on the day of her disappearance. He said he had a missed call from Kara around AM that morning, but she didn't answer when he tried to return the call. On November 22, 2013, Yust was convicted for an unrelated drug trafficking charge and sentenced to 4 years in federal prison outside of Oklahoma City. Between 2010 and 2016, several witnesses, including a former roommate, ex-girlfriend, and cell inmate told police that Yust admitted to strangling Kara to death and hiding her body in an undisclosed wooded area. On September 8, 2016, 21-year-old Jessica Runyons disappeared after leaving a party at a home in Grandview, Missouri at approximately 11:00 p.m. She was last seen accompanied by Kil Yust, who was a childhood friend of her boyfriend. According to witnesses, Yust, who had been released from prison 2 days prior, was drinking heavily at the party, and he and Runyons were seen arguing. On September 10, 2016, Runyons' vehicle, a black 2012 Chevrolet Equinox, was found abandoned and burned in a wooded area of 95th Street and Blue River Road in South Kansas City, Missouri. On September 11, 2016, Yust was arrested and charged with knowingly burning Jessica Runyons' vehicle. He pleaded not guilty and awaited trial in Jackson County Jail. On April 3, 2017, human remains were discovered by a mushroom hunter in the area of 233rd Street and Y Highway in Belton, Missouri on April 4, 2017. Police conducted an extensive search of the wooded area and recovered a second set of remains that appeared to be much older. On April 5, 2017, the first set of remains were identified as Jessica Runyons by the Kansas City Medical Examiner's Office and Kansas City Crime Lab on August 16, 2017. The second set of remains were identified as Karakobitsky at the FBI Crime Laboratory in Quantico, Virginia, on October 6, 2017. Kilyast was charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder and 2 counts of abandoning a corpse related to the disappearance and murder of Karakobitsky in 2007 and Jessica Runyons in 2016. On April 15, 2021, Kilyast was found guilty of voluntary manslaughter in Karakobits' death and second-degree murder in Jessica Runyons' death on June 7, 2021. Kilyast was sentenced to 45 years in prison after the judge accepted the jury's recommended maximum sentence in his murder trial. His 15-year sentence for Karakobitsky's death and life imprisonment for Jessica Runyons will be served consecutively on April 15, 2021. Kilyast was found guilty of voluntary manslaughter in Karakobitsky's death and second-degree murder in Jessica Runyons' death. On June 7, 2021, Kilyast was sentenced to 45 years in prison after the judge accepted the jury's recommended maximum sentence in his murder trial. His 15-year sentence for Karakobitsky's death and life imprisonment for Jessica Runyons will be served consecutively